Right, so we're just going to cover rescaling items within 3ds Max. So in this case, I've got a bunch of assets here, which I can put in a scene. Now, if I look through, everything's the right size, I can check it, but suddenly I look down and I go, oh, there's a tiny, tiny sofa. So this is obviously the wrong size, and this needs to be fixed. So how do you do that? Well, normally, items are going to be about 10 times too big or too small, because if people have built them in a different unit setup, then that's what you're going to have. So make sure you've checked your unit setup first. If you go click customize, unit setup, make sure you're working in the unit setup you want to be working in. So you've got your system unit scale to millimeters and your display unit scale to millimeters. Well, that's what I have. That's what we work on at work and stuff. That's what we use. But maybe you use centimeters. So whatever you have, just check it. Now, the next thing I do is you want to just check the size of your model. Make sure the others aren't all too big, and this is the one that's too small. So the way I do that is I just put a box on it and just go around and just check, get this box the right size. And so we've got, yeah, this is definitely the wrong size. 183 millimeters, so 18 centimeters in width, 7 centimeters high, and 9 centimeters in length. Bearing that in mind, if you click on the Utilities tab, then you can open up More, and then here you have Rescale World Units. So you can double click that or click it once and click OK. Now you have this little item came up here, so you click Rescale. Now here you've got the scene or selection. What do you want to rescale? So it will rescale the entire scene or just what's selected. So make sure you have it selected before, because you can't change the selection once this is open. If you haven't got it selected, close it, select it, click Rescale again. Now make sure this is on selection, and if you set a scale factor of 1, that's going to stay the same. So that was modeled in centimeters, it should have been in millimeters, so we're going to put this at a scale factor of 10. So you want it 10 times bigger. Click OK. It's moved somewhere. There it is. Why it's so far away, I don't know. But there you go. It's not really important. That's there. That's to do with where it was originally modeled and stuff. That's why it's that far. So here, you now have the right size model. So you go in top view again, press T, select it, press Z to zoom in. Click back here on Create tab, put a box. Just make that box the same size. Click and drag it across, and then let go, drag up to get it to the right size. Click to stop dragging up, to stop it doing that action. Check your size. So now it's 790 millimeters high, 79 centimeters. It's 1.8 meters in width, and it's 91 centimeters in length. Okay, there you have it. That item is now rescaled. Okay, now let's say you have the opposite. So you've merged all the items into the scene, and one of them is way too big. So like I said, the chances are it's going to be 10 times too big. If you like, you can check it by again clicking on box and dragging around it and pulling it up, and check the size of your box. So if you made this 10 times smaller, would it be correct? Instead of it being 9 meters, would 93 centimeters be correct? Instead of it being 18 meters, would 1.8 meters be correct? If you go yes, then you know it's okay. Then that's should be in millimeters. If you're not sure or you don't know, you can always just rescale it, and then if it's wrong, undo and figure it out. Because maybe it was built in inches, or maybe it was built in feet. So if it's those, you're going to have to do a different math. But now we're going to rescale this object. So if this isn't here, make sure you click on More, and then click on Rescale World Units right there. And since it is here, we click Rescale. It's selected, so we want a selection. Now if I put 1 in this case, it's going to stay the same. So you're going to go 10 times smaller, so 0.1. Click OK. Now it's 10 times smaller. And it fits in with the rest, and it's the right size. So let's just double check it. Click on Create, click on Box, drag from here down to there, back up again. Yep, there you go. 92 centimeters, 1.8 meters, and 79 centimeters in height. So that now is correct. So that's how you rescale world units within 3ds Max when your model comes in at the wrong size.